Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Everything AeroPilates. In this video, we are going to be doing a shoulder strengthening workout. If you have had any shoulder injuries or shoulder inflammation, please do contact your doctor or physical therapist and make sure that these exercises are for you. These have been carefully picked as corrective exercises. So if you've had shoulder issues, once you're cleared from your doctor, these should be corrective exercises. And what we're trying to do is strengthen the shoulder girdle and keep it in correct alignment. So that's what this workout is going to be about. I have just a little dusting pole here that I will be accessing for this workout. If you have an AeroPilates pole, which I do have back here, you can go ahead and use that. If you do not have an AeroPilates pole, these little duster type things are super helpful. You can use a broomstick as well. You just unscrew the part that attaches to the broom and use the stick. Whatever you have available that's some type of pole, and we're only using this for one exercise. It can be used without the pole. So I'm just gonna show you the way with, and you can use it just with the straps as well. So have this handy, have your straps on your shoulder pads, and we are going to be using one red cord. If you have an AeroPilates that does not have a red cord, find your strongest black cord and use that. If you are on a spring machine, it would be the blue cord that you could use for that. You want enough resistance to bring you back, but you want it to be light enough that it's not going to cause any irritation in your shoulder joint. We're gonna start by lying down on our backs. And I'm just leaning to my side, rolling to my back to get my feet up. And we're actually going to start with warm-up footwork. This is a great way to start every program. It helps you get in good alignment. It helps you engage your core, which is going to be essential for these exercises. Before we even push out, we're going to make sure that our shoulders are relaxed. They're against the shoulder pads, but they're not firmly against. They're relaxed against the shoulder pads. Our body is relaxed, and our hips are going to be straight. They're going to be facing up. They're not going to be tilting one way or the other when we push out. They're going to be steady on the platform. We also need to make sure that we have that slight curve in our mid-back where we could get our hand under there if we tried. And again, like always, we're not curving our pelvis up or pushing it with force down into the platform. We're making sure it's stable on the platform, but without forcing it down. With this curve in our upper back, it's going to be in the natural position that it needs to be. So our first foot position is going to be parallel feet. That just means our knees are coming straight out from our hips. So however wide your hips are, your knees are going to be open that much. And we are going to be up on our toes. Again, your heels can be as high as is comfortable for you. If your calves start to tighten up, when you pop your heels too high, just lower them a bit for whatever is comfortable with you. And we're going to come out for a full 10 of these. I'm putting my arms next to my side. You can also have your arms hanging off the side and holding on to the side here. Because this machine is made so well, you will not pinch your fingers like some other machines. So go ahead and get your hands comfortable. I do have my head and neck pillow on. You can also raise your headrest, which is often recommended for these exercises. Before we start, we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth. And that's really going to help us engage our abdominals. And let's go ahead and slowly come out for 10. We're going to straighten our knees without locking them. That's 1. Straighten, and you're going to feel it's a little lighter than when we did this the other day on 2 black cords. Here's 3, and that's okay. It's good to change up the cords. We're going to work our muscles differently. 4, and we're just doing this nice and slow. 5, heels up as high as comfortable. 6, here's 7, we're straightening our legs without locking them. Here's 8, not snapping that leg. See how I'm gently straightening it. 9, not just locking it down, snapping it down. And 10. Okay, good job. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the arches on the toe bar, and we're gonna bring our heels together for this. You can bend your toes down and around, but I'm gonna keep mine relatively relaxed because I don't want to get that calf cramp, which can happen. So if you are ready, you can go ahead and tighten those toes down into a nice curled position. And my toes are going to be relatively relaxed, slightly curved down under, arches on the toe bar. Let's go out for 10. Let's take some breaths while we're doing this. Do not forget to breathe. I'm straightening my knees. I'm not snapping them. I'm not locking them out when I'm down there. 4. You really want your legs to be relaxed. So even if you're tightening your toes down, do not do this vice grip on your toe bar. 6. Take some breaths. 7. 8. I'm going to go ahead and start squeezing my inner thighs when I come out if you want to. You can be doing that the whole time. Here's our last one. 10. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go back to hip width apart, which just means my knees are straight out from my hips. I'm going to go ahead and put my heels on the bar. And obviously if you have socks, be careful with this. Let's take a breath. We're making sure that our knees are aligned with our ankles, so you can just lift up your leg and make sure you have a straight line there. Gently tap it back down and put your heel on the bar. Flexing our toes back to our head as much as comfortable. Do not let it get too tight in here. And let's go ahead and go out for 10. 1. Again, gently straightening those knees. 2. Make sure you're breathing. 3. 4. 5. I'm going to go ahead and try to come all the way. 6. Straightening those knees. 7. Take some breaths. 8. 9. I'm not letting my pelvis rock. It's steady. 10. Okay. We're just going to do one more set of warm-up footwork, and we're going to do our V feet. And so we're going to go ahead and put our heels together, our toes apart. We are letting our legs fall open from our hips here, right inside here in our pelvic girdle. They're just slightly falling open. We're not going to go super wide like this because our feet aren't wide. We want them over our feet, so they're about maybe shoulder width apart, our knees. And our heels are as high as comfortable. And let's go ahead and stand up for 10. 2, straightening, not snapping or locking. 3, you can squeeze your inner thighs if you're ready. 4, or you can just bring them together. 5, 6, make sure you're breathing. 7, 8, 9, here's our last one, 10. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and sit up for our shoulder work. To sit up, go ahead and put your feet down on your standing platform. If you're on the floor, you can obviously put them on the floor. And we're going to start kind of pushing, rolling to our side. Starting with my hips, I'm pulling my shoulders around. And I'm basically on my side now. Now I'm going to use my shoulder pad to help push me up. My other arm's going to get underneath me, push me up. And I'm going to swing my legs around. If you need to, you can pop up this toe bar, drop your legs down, and you are ready. We're going to go ahead and do our side arm work. Go ahead and square yourself in the middle of the platform. Your legs are going to be relaxed in front of you. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my handle off of this shoulder pad. So to set this up, we are going to be sitting up straight. Our shoulders are going to be back, down, and relaxed. We're not holding them here tightly. They're relaxed down like that. So for this side body movement, I'm going to go ahead and go down to 1 cord. So I'm just going to reach right here, grab out my red, and stick on my black, and we are ready to go. Our hand closest to the strap is going to go first, and it's going to make a right angle coming out of our body just like this. Our elbow and our upper arm are going to be glued to our body. Our hand is going to be sticking out a 90-degree angle. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go ahead and pull until we get into that position. Hold here, and all I'm going to be doing is bringing my hand to my belly button in the middle. My feet are going to be dragging. So we're going to do 5 to 10 of these. We're going to go ahead and do 10 today, but if you need to stop at 5, if you need to stop at 2, stop wherever you need to stop. And if anything is uncomfortable, obviously, please stop. We're just going to gently pull these fingers. Let's do 10. 1, just to the middle of my body here. Relax. It's a really small motion. 2, it's really targeting muscles in that shoulder girdle. Here's 3. Take some breaths while you're in. 4, don't let that hand pull out. 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Release all the way. 10 might be a lot at first. So work with what your body is telling you is going to work for you. Do not overdo it. So now we're going to take a deep breath. And we're going to check our positioning again. We're going to make sure we're sat up straight. Our shoulders are back, down and relaxed, not back and up. They're back and relaxed. And I'm going to pass this handle to my other hand. So I'm going to pull to the middle of my body. I'm going to grab that strap with my other hand. If your hand is not able to grab the strap like this, just stick it inside for this movement. We are going to do 5 to 10 of these, whatever's comfortable. Again, make sure that there is no pain while you're doing these exercises. So we're going to pull from our belly button area just to straight out from our side body. Let's do 10. 1, 2, see how little that motion is. 3, make sure you're breathing. 4, 5. Let's make sure our shoulders are not creeping up. 6, 7, definitely feel that. 8, don't let that arm leave your body. 9, 10, release all the way down. Okay. For facing back, you have a choice. You can stay on one black cord. If you're a little rounder like myself, you might want to go back to that one red cord. If you're a little gal, go ahead and stay in this black cord. It's going to give you enough resistance for these exercises. So I'm pulling out. So I'm just switching to that one. So red cord on, and now we're going to turn to the back. So to turn to the back, I'm going to grab my strap off my shoulder pad, start to turn my body, grab my other strap, and I'm going to pop out both of these shoulder pads. Now, you can leave them on. I'll show you a couple ways that you can leave them on if you don't want to take them off every time. But I like to have them off. I like to have this space. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide my foot up and over the headrest. Bring my other foot up, and I'm facing the back. If you do not want to take your shoulder pads out, you can be straddling the machine for this exercise and you won't even have to worry about it. If you're thin, you can have your feet here through the headrest and leave the shoulder pads on. You probably want to take off the pillow in that case. So we're going to be sitting up straight. Our head is going to be facing forward. Again, our shoulders are going to have been up, back, down, and they are relaxed. Our torso is holding us up and our hips are going to be steady on the platform. Again, we're not going to be lifting up either side of our hips. And we're going to start here with rows. We're going to have our hands facing each other. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull through our upper back, our shoulder blades back there, pulling and squeezing our shoulder blades together. And then at the end, we're going to go ahead and try to push our shoulder blade down as if we're rolling it back down into our pocket. So our shoulder blades are going to be squeezing together and trying to come a little down. It's going to be squeezed down with every row. So let's go ahead and try that. Hands facing each other, leading with our elbows to pull back. Now our shoulder blades are going to pull back together, and now we're going to try to push them slightly down. It's a really small movement. We are not straining our neck on this. Our neck is completely relaxed. Go ahead and hold that for a second, and let's release. Take a breath. We're going to do that again. Bending our elbows first, pulling through our upper back, pulling our shoulder blades back together, and now slightly down. Let's go again. Bending at our elbows, pulling back through our upper back, shoulder blades squeeze together, and roll down as if we're putting them in our back pockets. Relax. We're breathing through these as well. Let's take a breath. Pulling through our upper back, row back with our elbows bent. Shoulder blades start to squeeze together. We're rolling them back down as if we're doing shoulder rolls, back down into our pockets, and relax. Again, make sure you're not straining your neck. Hands facing each other, elbows begin to bend, pulling back with our upper back. Our shoulder blades go back towards each other and roll down back into our back pockets. Let's do 2 more of these. Take a breath. Hands facing each other. Elbows bend. Our upper back starts to pull. Our shoulder blades come together and then they roll down. Just a slight movement. And release. Here's our last one. Hands facing each other, elbows bend. Our upper back begins to pull. Our shoulder blades come together and we roll them back down into our back pockets and release. Whew, great job. I'm sure you really feel that in your upper back. It's a really great shoulder strengthening exercise. So the next thing we're going to do for shoulders is chest expansion. And let's talk about why this is important to keep a healthy shoulder. We sit so much in our day, or we're just not careful of our posture, and our shoulders begin to roll forward. The chest expansion is strengthening our upper back so that it can hold our shoulder back and in the place it's supposed to be. So chest expansion is a really great exercise for this. Chest expansion, our palms are going to be facing down. It's going to skim our arms next to us so that our hands are going to slap the wall behind us. If the wall was right behind us. We're going to hold and then we're going to come back in. So we're going to do 5 to 10 of those, whatever is going to work for you. Let's go ahead and get in the position, which is sitting up straight. Our shoulders are back and down, but they're relaxed. Our head is neutral, looking straight ahead, and we are ready to pull. We're going to pull to the back of us as if we're smacking the wall behind us. Take a breath here and release. That's 1. 2. 3. Hold it for just a couple seconds. Don't let those shoulders creep up. That's 5. 6. Make sure your head is relaxed. 7. 8. Don't forget your breathing. 9. And 10. Go ahead and release and relax back. We are done facing the back of our machine. We're going to go ahead and face our other side. So I'm going to drop this leg down, go ahead and skim this one over until I can start to turn to the side. And I'm holding my handles the whole time. And now I'm going to go ahead and pop back my shoulder pads. Still holding my straps. It's a little bit of a dance, but I think we can do it. And the straps can go ahead and go on the shoulder pads once again. Now making sure I'm sitting in the center of my platform once again. I'm going to go back down to that one black cord. And I'm starting with my arm closest to the shoulder pad. Remember, I'm just going to pull slightly so that my arm can be glued to my side. My working arm is coming straight out from my side body and I have a 90-degree angle in my arm. I'm going to be looking straight ahead. My head is going to be neutral and I'm going to have my shoulders back, down, and relaxed. And now I'm going to go ahead and slightly pull so I can get my arm into the side of my body. And remember, we're only pulling our arm barely a couple inches from this movement. We're going to do 5 to 10 and let's go. Here's 1. Release. Very small movement. 2. Release. Don't release past this arm. 3. It's all lined up. 4. Take a breath. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Go ahead and relax and release. Take some breaths. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Again, we're going to be sitting up straight, our head neutral, our shoulders back, down, and relaxed. We're going to pass the handle from this hand to our other hand by pulling slightly to our belly button, grabbing that handle. Again, you can be grabbing with a fist or you can have your hand open on the inside of the strap, which is what I'm going to be doing. And we're pulling, our arm position now starts from our belly button and we're pulling straight out from our side at this 90-degree angle. Very small movement, let's go. 1. Release to your belly button. 2. Your arm's coming straight out from your side. 3. Back to your belly button. 4. Don't let the shoulders creep up. 5, 6, 7, make sure we're breathing. 8, elbows into your side. 9, 10, and release. Let's go ahead and now continue to turn around and face the front of our machine. I'm just going to slide my leg up and come on over so that I'm straddling the machine. And then we're going to go ahead and scoot back. We're going to make sure that we're sat up straight. Our head is neutral. Again, our shoulders are back and down. Our palms are going to be facing our body and our thumbs are going to be up. And now we're going to slightly open our arms up about 6 to 8 inches away from your body. You're going to keep your thumbs up and you're going to lightly lift as far as comfortable and then release back down to the side of your body. We're going to do 5 to 10 of these. Let's go. Here's 1. Here's 2. Make sure your thumbs are really pronounced. Here's 3. Only go as high as comfortable for your shoulder. 4, 5, you can be low if you need to be. 6, try to keep that V shape with your arms. They're going to stay consistently 6 to 8 inches away from your side. 9, 10. Our next exercise, we are going to dump a soda can out. So watch it first. Our hands are going to curl like we're holding a soda can. Both hands are going to be like that. We're going to pull them straight up in front of us while we dump at the same time. We're dumping the soda can by turning our arms in. Again, be very slow and careful with this movement. You do not want to pull anything. And again, your shoulders are back, down and relaxed, and your head is nice, relaxed, and neutral. So we're pulling up and we're dumping, dumping, dumping. There goes the soda. Go ahead and release back down. Pulling up, start dumping the soda. Release back down. Here's 3. You can breathe while you're dumping out that soda. Release back down. 4, slowly, carefully dump the soda. Back down. 5, begin to dump. Back down. 6, make sure your shoulders are not creeping up. Your pelvis is steady on that platform. Here's 7. Here's 8. My arms are coming straight out from my body. They're not at an angle. 9. Here's our last soda dump. 10. Okay, go ahead and release. We're going to grab that pole if you have it. If you don't, you're going to do the same motion with the straps. If you have the pole, we're just hooking it on to the straps. Go ahead and pull back a little until you can get your strap on the pole. And if this is a little bit of a pain, even you're not really liking being boxed in with this pole, you can go ahead and leave it off and just have your straps in this position. Palms are going to be facing up to the ceiling. So if you have your strap, it's going to look like this. Palm facing up to the ceiling. It's actually very similar to offering that we did in a recent video. So we're going to be pushing out and offering something to the person in front of us, which is nobody. If you have straps, your arm is going to be looking like this, and you're just offering and coming back down with the bent elbow. And if you have the pole, what you need to do is go ahead and put your hands on the pole as wide or as near as comfortable. And that's the same if you have a strap. I think it's a little more comfortable for me to have them a little wider, but do what's comfortable for you. We're sat up straight. Our shoulders are back down and relaxed. Our head is relaxed. Our palms are facing up to the ceiling, and we're gonna offer out. Come back in. Here's 2. Come back in. Here's 3. 4. We're gonna do 5. This is our last one. 5. Great job. So whichever way you are working, go ahead and put your handles back on your shoulder pads. You can relax your feet down, straddling the machine, or keep them up if it's more comfortable. I'm going to scoot up away from my shoulder pads now. And we're going to set our pull down. It's time to get started with stretches. And our first stretch, we're going to kind of scooch to the edge of our platform towards our toe bar. And we're going to gently reach back behind us with our arms. You can be as far back, you can be barely back. You might not even be back, it's okay. As far back as you can, walk your hands. And you're going to go ahead and sit up straight, head relaxed. Shoulders are going to roll back and down. And then go ahead and walk as far as you can with that. And now we're going to stick out our chest and look up. Keeping your shoulders down so they get that stretch. Hold there. Your head is looking to the corner of the top corner of the room. It is not breaking the line of the neck. Go ahead and release as needed. Relax your shoulders for a second. Let's hold where we were or try to walk our hands a little further back. And if you're really flexible, you might be able to reach back to your shoulder pads, but wait until you're ready. Do not try right away if your shoulders are not flexible. Walk your hands back a little more if you can. And you kind of feel like you're leaning back. Shoulders are going to be rolled back and down. Now you're going to stick out your chest again. Have your head looking up to the ceiling, the corner of the ceiling. To release, go ahead and slightly bend your elbows. You can curl your shoulders in a little to get your weight back over your body so you can sit up. For our next stretch, we're going to go ahead and sit up straight. Again, our shoulders are back and down. We're going to take our arms out to the side, about shoulder height. Without moving our torso or our body at all, we're going to bring our arms together in front of us as much as possible. If you can clasp them together, go ahead and do that. And push your arms away from your chest without locking your elbows. And you're going to feel that stretch in your upper back. If you were able to put your fingers together, go ahead and flip them out now and curl down into that stretch. If you were not able to get your fingers together, you're just going to turn your palms out and again, curl down. Through your upper back, through your mid back, through your lower back. You can put your hands down on the toe bar. Let it help you pull yourself up. For our last shoulder stretch, we are going to go ahead and pull our arm across our body. To set this up, we are again sitting up straight. Our shoulders are down and relaxed. We're going to go ahead and straighten our arm in front of us, palm facing in, and we're going to go ahead and grab behind our wrist. We're going to roll our shoulder down, and we're going to go ahead and pull across right above our wrist. Your arm is straight the whole time, but your elbow is not locked out. You should start to feel a stretch there. If you need a little more, go above your elbow, not on the joint, and pull again. Roll your shoulder down again, and be gently pulling, not yanking, and you're going to feel a nice stretch there. Let's take some deep breaths. And your fingers should be relaxed here. Okay, slowly release your hand and drop your arm down. Let's do the next arm. Arm straight in front of us, palm facing to the side. Our other hand is going to go to just above our wrist. Our shoulder is going to deliberately roll down here, and we're going to pull across our body slightly. Let's take some breaths. Our fingers are relaxed. If we need a little more, we're going to reach up above our elbow and pull again, roll down again. Make sure you're not pulling on the joint, and again, we are gently, gently pulling for that stretch. Okay, go ahead and relax. We're just going to do some shoulder rolls now, both directions. We've been rolling them up, back, and down all this exercise. So let's do 3 of those. Up, back, down. 1, up, back, down. 2, up, back, down, 3. And now we're gonna do 6 in the opposite direction, just to add a little more balance. So we're back, we're gonna go up, forward, down, up, forward, down, that's 2, up, forward, down, 3. Let's breathe. 4, 5, 6. Last exercise, arms in front of us, palms face out away from each other, and slowly open up to be even with our shoulders. You can feel a little shoulder stretch in there. Hold that. Okay, go ahead and turn your palms back towards each other and relax your arms down. So that is our shoulder strengthening workout. It is something that can be used to prevent injury. There are also corrective exercises to work your shoulders and keep them strong. I hope everybody is doing well and taking care of themselves. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time on Everything AeroPilates. Bye guys.